This is NDTV. And you're watching Ndtv-Hindu.
Hello and welcome to News Tonight. I'm Ramanathan. Lots lined up in the bulletin ahead, but first up, the headlines. The PMK cries foul on Pennagram, complains to the Election Commission with proof that leaders are harassed, but no one stops DMK men from driving voters. For 2 days in a row, 4 children drowned in temple tanks. Parents pray for basic safety.
குழந்தைங்க ரொம்ப ஜாஸ்தியாக அது மேலே அந்த மீன் மேலே ரொம்ப ஆசை. சின்ன பொடியெல்லாம் வாங்கி போட்டு அதை பார்த்துட்டு இருப்பாங்க. அவங்க வந்து தவறி விழுந்துடக்கூடாது.
The Madras High Court asked the Tamil Nadu government to submit the advisory board's recommendation on Nalini's premature release.
Now I think they will release. It is time for the state government to act.
There's renewed concern about traces of mercury in fish caused by effluents let into the sea.
The heart may be affected, the brain, the central nervous system will be affected.
Mercury contamination in fish is higher in Chennai, Mumbai and metropolitan cities.
The Pakistan Cricket Board cracks the whip, bans skipper Mohammad Yusuf and Yunus Khan for life. Perhaps a disaster waiting to happen. 2 children drowned to death in Perambulur district in a temple tank. 13-year-old Manikandan and 12-year-old Saravanan went missing while playing. Early this morning, their bodies were recovered from the Mariamman Koval tank. The boys were students of class 7.
விளையாடும் போது பக்கத்தில் குளம், வீட்டுக்கு பக்கமாக குளம் இருக்குங்க. அந்த குளத்தில் பம்பரம் விளையாண்டு ஒருத்தன் போய் பம்பரம் குளத்தில் விழுந்துருச்சு. அந்த பம்பரத்தை எடுக்க போன பையன் தவறி விழுந்துட்டான். ஒரு பையன் விழுந்துட்டானே திரும்ப இன்னொரு பையனை விழுந்தான். விழுந்த காரணத்தில் 2 பேரும் ஆளாகிட்டுங்க.
Just yesterday, we reported the death of 2 other children in Villivakkam in Chennai in a similar temple tank tragedy. Ndtv-Hindu has been tracking the story through the day. Our reporter Salim brings us this report on many tanks in Tamil Nadu's temples, which could be possibly death traps for children.
Chennai's famous Kapalishwara temple in Mylapore, the temple tank or Kovil Kolam as it is called in Tamil, is fully fenced. The water in the tank is cleaned once in 3 months. One member belonging to the temple staff guards the tank through the day.
குழந்தைங்க ரொம்ப ஜாஸ்தியாக அது மேலே அந்த மீன் மேலே ரொம்ப ஆசை. சின்ன பொடியெல்லாம் வாங்கி போட்டு அதை பார்த்துட்டு இருப்பாங்க. அவங்க வந்து தவறி விழுந்துடக்கூடாது. அது விழறதுக்கு வாய்ப்பு இருக்குது. ஏன்னா திடீர்னு அந்த வழிக்கு விட்டுரும். அதுக்காக இந்த ஃபென்சிங் போட்டிருக்கேன்.
But how many temples in the state have made their temple tanks foolproof? Just yesterday, 2 children drowned in a tank in Villivakkam in Chennai, and today, the bodies of 2 class 7 students were recovered from Perambulur district. In both the cases, the tanks were not guarded. As in the case with most temples, the water levels in the tanks belonging to big temples is an average 10 to 18 feet. Most tanks are even slippery and unclean.
அதிகமாக ஆசைப்படுவாங்க. நம்ம குழந்தைங்களாம் குளத்தாண்ட போய் அது ஆசைப்பட கேட்கும், குளம் போகணும் அப்படி போகணும். ஏன்னா அதிகமாக வெயில் இருக்குல்ல அதனால.
Many temple tanks were once a source of water for residents nearby. Some even till today treat the water as sacred. But in recent times, temple tanks like these have turned death traps for children.
Temple tanks speak volumes about the background of the temple, and it is of great significance to the temple as well as the devotees. These tanks would add more beauty if desilted frequently. Many feel that the security aspect has to be looked in as well. In Chennai with camera person John Salim for NDTV-Hindu.
Now, how do politicians react when they are subjected to checking and frisking like the rest of us? Well, if you're part of the ruling party or the coalition, you will be checked. But if you're a rival, then you will be forced to go through the drill. And that's been the PMK's grouse as it prepares to halt the DMK's bi-poll winning streak in Dr. Ayya's bastion. Armed with video footage, the party now wants the Election Commission to transfer officials who are allegedly biased. Our political reporter Shabir Ahmed has been tracking this story.
The red beacon on the car ensures a green signal, well, almost everywhere. In this video, shot and submitted to the Election Commission by the PMK, men allegedly belonging to the DMK are seen distributing cash, dhotis and saris to voters. In almost filmy style, the workers remove their dhotis with party colors to avoid identification. Now compare this with the fate of PMK workers, including its leaders. Miffed by what they consider bias, the PMK has lodged an official complaint with the Election Commission, demanding nothing less than the transfer of local officials from the constituency.
பாரபட்சமா செய்வதற்கு இதே ஒரு உதாரணம். பல்வேறு அமைச்சர் பெருமக்கள் 10 வண்டிகளில் 20 வண்டிகளில் அவர்கள் வருகிறார்கள். அந்த வாகனங்களை உங்களுக்கே தெரிகிறது, அந்த வாகனத்தை செக் போஸ்ட் குறுக்க நிறுத்தி செக் செய்வதில்லை. அந்த வாகனங்களில் பணம், வேட்டி, சிலைகள் போகிறது. ஆனால் மாறாக எங்கள் கட்சியினுடைய நிறுவனர் மருத்துவர் டாக்டர் ராமதாஸ் ஐயா, டாக்டர் முன்னாள் அமைச்சர் டாக்டர் அன்புமணி ராமதாஸ் அவர்கள் வருகின்ற போது மட்டும் அந்த வண்டியை நிறுத்தி சோதனை என்ற பெயரில் அவரை வண்டியை விட்டு கீழே இறங்க சொல்லி அவமானப்படுத்தி அசிங்கம் செய்கிறார்கள். வேண்டுமென்று அப்படி திட்டமிட்டு செய்கின்ற போது பாமக கேடர்கள் தொகுதி முழுவதும் பணி செய்கின்றவர்கள் அந்த இடத்தில் குவிகின்ற போது அந்த நேரத்தை பயன்படுத்தி எதிர்ப்பு இல்லாமல் அவர்கள் தொகுதி முழுவதும் பணப்பட்டுவாடாவும் வேட்டி சேலைகளையும் பரிசு பொருட்களையும் கொடுப்பதற்கான திட்டம். இதைத்தான் நாங்கள் ஆதாரத்தோடு இன்றைக்கு புகைப்படத்தோடு வீடியோவோடு புகாராக தேர்தல் ஆணையத்திடம் தந்திருக்கிறோம்.
The Election Commission has now formed special teams to tighten the screws in Pennagaram.
There are teams to look into these complaints and to check whether there is any money distribution. Of course, they may or may not be able to find anything, that's a different matter, but the effort is to act on the basis of the complaints. But there is one limitation, that is the number of teams which could be formed is very limited.
On the ground, sources say bribing of voters with cash ranging from 1,000 to 3,000 rupees to household articles is taking place with impunity.
This move by the PMK is seen as a desperate attempt to win in its one-year dominated constituency. The party seems to be leaving no stone unturned to win in this prestigious battle, as the DMK is on a winning streak in all the by-elections. In Chennai, with camera person Balu, Shabir Ahmed for NDTV-Hindu.
On a significant development, the Madras High Court has directed the Tamil Nadu government to submit the Prison Advisory Board's report on Nalini Sriharan's plea for a premature release by tomorrow. Nalini was convicted in the Rajiv Gandhi assassination case and had challenged the Tamil Nadu government's refusal to grant her general amnesty on the grounds that her case came under the CBI. The Prison Advisory Board that met in January this year has reportedly given a favourable report. Earlier, Nalini's death sentence was commuted to life. So far, she has spent 19 years behind bars.
So far as this report is concerned, the state government has to approach the central government because the investigation was done by CBI. Suppose the government wants to release her under Article 161, they need not approach the central government. They have every power under Article 161. They should have released, in 2001, even 2006. Now I think they will release. It is time for the state government to act.
The Prime Minister Manmohan Singh will be in the city on the 13th March to declare open the new Secretariat premises. Elaborate arrangements have been planned for his visit. Commissioner of Police T. Rajendran addressed the press about the security arrangements. He said the city police will take over the new Secretariat premises on Friday and sterilize the area.
There are 3-4 phases of this security arrangements. One which has already been put in motion. We have some kind of a preliminary security arrangement around the new Assembly Secretariat since the last 2-3 days, and it is being headed by the local Joint Commissioner, the local Deputy Commissioner, and 3 Assistant Commissioners. In fact, it's guarded right throughout the night. And we have also started vehicle checks and mansion checks, and also checking other people in that area, vicinity, only in the vicinity. And on the 12th afternoon, we plan to have a rehearsal at the same time. And on 12th morning, we will take the new Assembly Secretariat into our control so that everybody is sent out. We do the anti-sabotage check using our BDDS squads and also dog squad. And we take the whole thing into our control.
Well, joining us live from the new Secretariat on the Mount Road is our crime reporter Salim to tell us more about the security preparations. Salim, the place must have virtually turned into a fortress now. So can you tell us what kind of security measures have been taken there?
Yes, Ram, elaborate security arrangements have been made for Prime Minister Manmohan Singh's visit to the city on Saturday. This new building will be inaugurated on the 13th of this month by Prime Minister Manmohan Singh in the presence of UPA Chairperson Sonia Gandhi and our own Chief Minister Mr. Karunanidhi, and also in the presence of 3 more Chief Ministers from the states of Andhra Pradesh, Karnataka, and Puducherry as well. So this event is scheduled between 5 and 6 in the evening. The program is like this. Prime Minister Manmohan Singh will reach Chennai airport at around 4:30 in the evening, and he will rush to the spot. So he'll be here between 5 and 6, and then he will move back to the airport. Now, as far as the city police are concerned, preliminary security arrangements are already in place. They will completely take over the new secretariat premises on the 12th, that is on Friday. So they will conduct various checks like anti-sabotage check, and dog squads will also be pressed into service. And they will do all kinds of security check. Speaking to us, the City Commissioner of Police, Mr. T. Rajendran, clearly said that nearly 5,000 police personnel will be on duty, will be on bandobast duty on 12th as well as 13th. So the city police have also cautioned the people who are planning their journey via airport and the railway station to plan in advance to avoid any mishap. Ram?
Right, so Salim, are there any changes in the traffic flow on Mount Road on the 13th?
As of now, the city police have very clearly said that there will not be any traffic diversion. However, they will balance as and when it is concerned, but they have very clearly said that they will not disturb the public. And even though when the VVIPs are moving, there will be a minor traffic diversion, but they clearly said that they will see to that it doesn't affect the normal public.
Right, Salim, thanks a lot for joining us with those inputs from the new Secretariat building. Moving on, the historic Women's Reservation Bill, which was in the pipeline for 14 years, has finally been passed in the Rajya Sabha, and positive reactions have been pouring in from several directions. In fact, the Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu, M. Karunanidhi, has welcomed the bill. In a statement, Karunanidhi said that reservation is like sharing a fruit, and how much everyone gets needs to be decided as and when required. But a uproar over the Women's Reservation Bill does not seem to cease, as the Lok Sabha witnessed ugly scenes and has been adjourned till 11 a.m. tomorrow. Well, fake doctors on the prowl in Chennai, that's coming up in a short while.